Okay. Sorry about the delay, guys. I was set to start on time. Well, close to on time. And, Blizzard had other ideas, so apparently they're having an issue with the authentication servers. Oh, this is where I logged out. Okay. When I last talked to him, yeah, he's got nothing I want, so. Alright, hold on. Still having some issues with my hand. I had a splint thingy that was helping for a little while. And I went and pissed everything off last night because I went to move my pillow, and the way I grabbed it, my hand got really like, what the fuck are you doing? And got all kerfluffled at me, and we're kind of back to square one now. So let's drop off some things. If I can find a box to shove them into. Well, you know what? Let's keep that. Alright. I had to add a few more beds to the large obscene dormitory because I had villagers just standing outside in the middle of the night, and I'm like, what you doing? Why are you out here? We've got a lot of villagers. I'm very confident that we'll be able to populate the city. No problems now. So let me switch things here. I can't click on anything outside the game unless I bring up a menu. So I did run and do the lighting pass down the full side on both sides here. I didn't put anything in here because I kind of want to wait for another thing of sea cucumbers to become available. I'm really kicking myself that I didn't grab those when they had them the first time. But what can you do, right? Oh, okay. So I didn't make that much more smooth sandstone. I made a little bit. You can see all of my tools. I was doing demolition back there. So apologies, my inventory is an extra mess. That's probably good enough. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with our workstation, because soon I might be cut off from it. But all the lava's down that way, so, and that's what I'm using to smelt all this stuff. Free fuel, yo. Free fuel. Might as well. Okay. So, did I do the... No. That's what we were gonna do. Okay. So, let's see about here, I guess. So, I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Sorry about WoW being cranky pants. Although I'm sure within 10 minutes of me starting, it will probably be up and running. So we had a small fraction of good news today. And at this point, we're so desperate, we're just gonna grab it and hold it and hug it for all it's worth. We had our consultation on the phone with the second lawyer, and she said that she will she'll take our case and she'll try to help us. So you know what, that's all we can ask for right now, and thank you. And hopefully she can help us. We're still in for a long ride. Because it could take it could theoretically take another 18 months before anything comes of it, with the way the system is. There's a chance it could resolve before then, but realistically we're looking at another 18 months. She just wanted to make sure that we were aware of that, and we're like, that's fine. We understand, you know, bureaucracy and all that. We knew this wouldn't be like an overnight resolve. 100% knew and understood that. But it's a step, it's a start, and it's better than where we were at, so at least it wasn't a, okay, well, we'll take your information and we'll have a meeting and we'll get back to you in a few days. No, this was a straight up, okay. She took all his information, talked to him a bit, and she gave him the answer right then and there instead of wasting our time dicking about and causing us more lost time by not giving us an answer as to whether she was going to represent us or not. Well, him really, but right away. So thank you. I don't remember your name, so I'm gonna call you lawyer lady, so thank you very much for at least being willing to try to help us. Actually, we'll just call her lawyer lady, because I don't know how she would feel about having her name be said yet, so. We still have that step that we accidentally dropped. We need to pop down and get. Alright. And I was really hoping to pop into WoW today. We were gonna go trick-or-treating on the iron. We were gonna level up some bloods. I hate it when my schedule's thrown to shit. But what can you do, right? Trick-or-treating just started. We've got time. Right? Okay, so let's pick up the thingy-doos. Clean up our ginormous mess down here. You would make me get in the water, damn it. Alright, so that side's caught up. Do I still have to do the other side? Yes, okay. Yes, alright. I think I need to go grab a few more steps. Just to make sure we've got enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to cut more steps from here on out. That's fine. We can do that. So I think we're gonna have to slide the work boxes down this way. Soon. And maybe I'll just keep the ovens down by the lava and move them closer. And then just, you know, shepherd the shit back and forth. to the work boxes. That ought to be good enough. Oh, probably took that out a little too far, but let's put it in the spot where it belongs instead of 3 stories down, because that's not helpful. Not in the slightest. Alright, and yeah, that's probably good. Okay. All of this just to plop 1 block down. Like, this really would be better if I could grow the fucking bamboo. But none of the traders have saw fit to offer me any. I almost stepped off the edge looking at that. At least it looks like most of the villagers went inside for the night. I had that one golem right there. He spawned on top of that building. He had to have spawned on top of the building because there's no way to get up there otherwise. So, I guess he's just gonna forever live there. At least until we take the building down. Because that eyesore is coming down. That's not staying. I can build better than that. I'm not like at your Minecraft master level builders, but we can fucking at least build to the level of the other houses in the village. Like, we can do that. Forgot about that guy down there. Okay. So, down we go. A couple more. That's probably good. Okay. So let's put in our next set of scaffolding catwalks. Temporary catwalks. And I did do a little bit of exploring around the property. I have not come across a jungle, and in all of our exploration trying to find this place, we never came across a jungle or found anything even remotely resembling bamboo. So all we were finding was forests, some plains, and a fuck ton of ocean. And that's all I have found in my small little exploring expedition was some forest and some more water and some plains. So that wasn't real helpful for finding bamboo. And the couple of nether portal ruins that we found and a couple of the pirate ships that we found didn't have any bamboo in that either. So we are doing it old school. That's all right. Oh. We do what's we gotta. This works just as well. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it works just as well. Alright. So now, got that all set up. And let me just check on something real super quick. Okay. Of course, we start and then WoW decides. Like, what did I tell you guys? Well, we're here now, though I really wanted to do that. We'll just have to do it tomorrow. Although this isn't really doing my hand any favors today, but it's alright. Okay, so let's work on getting this in place. Okay, now this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Always good to recount the things to make sure that you haven't done fucked up while you're still in a position to fix it with as little fuss as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, that's right, I didn't do the thing underneath. That's alright, it's not that huge of a deal. I didn't bring any extra non-smelted sandstone with me. Anyhow, I can fix that later when I am putting in the flooring of our walkway. Okay, so do that, that, and that. That, and that. Okay. So those things are in place. Put a light here and a light there. And we will start filling in this next section. I started to do this and I was like, wait, do we have enough sandstone on us for this? We might. Guess if we run out, we'll have to go grab some more, but I will say I got so used to playing zoomed out in WoW that when I'm here, I almost want to be zoomed out, but the third person view for this is really disorienting for me, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Okay. But we're reclaiming some more cobblestone. That poor golem. I had to take down so many of those cactuses in the village because it kept slaughtering the golems because they kept getting caught on them. Terrible. Just terrible. So I'm probably not going to take the floor the whole way across, but I can at least take it a little ways. Or at least that's the plan. Give me that. Did Momo just leave?
He's sitting there right now.
Okay, it must have been Zuzu. I heard dog feet on the floor, so. Just want to make sure he's not getting into trouble. Although I don't know how much trouble a gimpy dog can get into, but. Hey, Mrs. Rakuru. How are you today? Hope all is well. We're gonna have just enough. Maybe. Just maybe. I'm so mad, of course, WoW comes up as soon as I get started over here. Of course it does. Oh, right. Silly authentication server issues. Woo, let's not drop down that far. Because that's gonna hurt. Alright. We still have to dig out the floor and shit in here, but I haven't decided if I want to subject you all to that yet or not. That could be something I do off on my own. That could depend. Alright, let's go grab some more sandstone. And we kinda need to drop off this extra cobblestone. Get that offloaded. The cobblestone and the dorite. Let's see if I have a box I can shove it in. Oh, we're gonna get accosted by the villagers. This always bothers me that they keep having their cult meetings all right. Oh, we're breeding too. We're just having an orgy. Okay. Alright. Thanks. Because everyone needed to see that. Thank you, Minecraft villagers. Thank you. Is it not happening because there's not beds? We just do this out in the public now. Yeah, they're trying, but there's not enough beds, so it's failing. So they're doing the angry symbols. Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm, I guess. That will come in handy later when we are trying to populate the city, but for right now, let's keep those public displays of affection down to a minimum, okay? Nobody wants to see that. And I really don't want to put up any more temporary housing. Because it's gonna be ugly because it's temporary. Although I don't think you all really care all that much, but I care. Because that's something else I'm gonna have to knock down when the time comes. So let's not. Let's just not. As it is, I have to figure out how I'm going to get you all to move out into housing across the city that's not just in this little corner. I did find a bell in the temple that I stumbled upon most recently. So maybe if we like change the town square location or something. Oh. Like you can't, I don't think you can make a bell. So we have to be sure of our placement when we drop it. And I know they ring the bell in times of danger, but I really don't want to put it at the schoolhouse if we end up doing a schoolhouse. I mean, we probably should. But, since they all seem to gather there, let's not do that. I guess we could do it at like a church thingy, although that's not much better. We will see. Decisions have not been made yet. Alright. Well, I had been looking forward to leveling up that Bloodthirsty today, but, gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Alright, looks like we had just enough on us to finish this side. So now let's work on... Oh yeah, I can't remember if I did this with you guys or not, but we put torches down the rest of the way up here. So that way it wasn't quite so terribly dark. Alright, now. You look confused, Mr. Golem. You look confused. We need to go get some more stairs. Well, we need to get more stone to cut more stairs. Because I ran out of cut stairs. So let's do that. We'll grab some of those things. And alright, smooth steps, please. Alright, that should be enough, I think, to at least get us through this next section. I was sorely tempted to try to steal that wandering trader's llamas again, but we already have a pair, so we'll just make do. With what we got. And we can just breed the ones that we have, so It's not like it's all that big of a deal. I'd love to get some goats for the city, but I haven't seen them in forever. I only saw them once before the husband teleported me over this way after he found what we were looking for. And I didn't have a way to bring them with me. We're trying to do this with as few cheats as possible. Okay. So, I mean, I know I could just go into creative and grab the spawn egg, but I'd rather not. We'll see. Maybe when we find a good place to put the nether portal down in the city. Maybe we can start exploring with nether portals. Maybe that will help us find what we're looking for. One more. That feels about right. Because every so many feet in the nether is X amount of squares in the real world or something, so... Or the upper world. So did you guys see that they announced that we're gonna get frogs eventually? That was kind of cute. You can't tame them, but it was still pretty damn cute. And that we're gonna get fireflies. Husband and I are speculating that we'll be able to, like, put them in a jar. Maybe. Use them for, like, ambient light or some shit. That would be fun. No official word on that. Because that's not gonna happen until well after they finish the Wilds update. Or not the Wilds. That is part of the Wilds. The cave update. Excuse me. I think they also may have announced the new monsters coming for the last half of the cave update, maybe? Sometimes it doesn't always wrap around like that, so that's why it seems like I'm struggling sometimes to get this in. Doesn't always want to be that simple. For some reason there it was. So there's our corner piece down there where the wall's gonna turn. So we're just kind of working on this first quarter section of the wall, because there's gonna be 4 sections in between each of our entrance gates into the city. I probably should have gone into creative and looked at the layout from the sky, but I have not done that yet. Just to get a better idea of the size of the city. Alright. So that side's done. Now we have to do this side. So 1, 2, 3. Alright. So let's keep on moving here. As we get our next round of scaffolding in place. Nope, nope, nope. That's not what you were supposed to do, friend. Thank you. You were supposed to turn and do the wrappy round. But of course you didn't want to do the wrappy round. Alright. I mean, I probably should be using the cobbled sandstone. Or just the straight up sandstone, because the pickaxe goes through it so much faster. Than the cobble. But I don't know. This is a lot easier to see. It doesn't blend in with the background. So in theory, I should be less likely to walk off the edge of this than other things. But it is me after all, so that really only works in theory and not necessarily in practice. But nope, nope, nope. There we go. I'll grab. I don't know what that tap noise was. Did that come from outside?
Kind of sounded like it came from outside. Like it didn't sound like the usual mic.
Is neighbor doing something? Yeah, the mice are still in the attic. It was quiet for like 2 weeks. And I was actually hopeful that we had
I don't see anything.
gotten rid of them. It really sounded like a tapping that came from outside though.
Yeah, that didn't sound like the tapping you expected.
It sounded like it had come from behind me, which is why I thought it came from out there. But they are still there. They've been getting louder. Not necessarily with this. God damn it. Not necessarily with in regards to squeaking, but they have been making more noise. Oh, I hate that weightless feeling. Needless to say, I am not a roller coaster person. I never really was, even before I hurt my neck. But now I definitely can't do them because it's actually painful. So, that's fun. Oh, that stomach dropping out feeling? No thank you. I'm a carousel kind of girl. Whenever we go to the zoo, I always want to ride it, but it's either not running or the husband doesn't want to ride it with me and I don't want to ride it by myself, so I don't think he's really into the carousel scene.
I mean, I'm okay with it, I don't see the point.
You get to ride a horsey. That's not real.
Yeah, I don't see the point nowadays. Sorry.
Which is one of the big troubles I'm having. We had been talking about maybe someday, hypothetically, if the cash is ever there. Going back to Florida and doing going back to SeaWorld. Then we talked about going to Tampa because I really like I like zoos too. And then we're like, oh, Busch Gardens has a lot of animals. And I'm trying to justify the price in my head to go to Busch Gardens just to see the animals.
It is very nice.
So maybe one day we will, but the funds definitely have to be there. But I also want to go to, they also have another local zoo that's not Busch Gardens that I think I would like to check out. I mean, ideally, it would be so fun to do a zoo road trip and just go to all the different zoos. But that takes money. And we need to not have quite the zoo at home, so that we can be gone for a period of time. That too. We wouldn't be able to do that straight. It would have to be, oh, well, let's go check out this.
I'm considering how tough it is to get anywhere right now.
Oh, well, yeah. Like I said, it was a lot of hypothetical. Probably won't ever happen, but you know, I'd also like to check out some aquariums. I hear the Atlanta Aquarium is pretty awesome. I'd like to check out the Clearwater Aquarium. I'd like to get back to SeaWorld. At the very least, SeaWorld. Now that we have our awesome camera. So we didn't have the camera that we ended up picking up at the time we were there. We got it after we came home. Ironically. So I would have liked to have taken more pictures when we were at SeaWorld. But we've been to the Tulsa Zoo a number of times. They're kind of our go-to zoo. We're kind of in this land of fuck all where there's not much to do. Little Rock's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. I mean, it's probably time-wise, about 3.5 to 4 hours depending on traffic from our house. But that's really pushing it. We would probably have to stay overnight to go to Little Rock because neither one of us is going to want to get back in the car after walking around all day and drive that many hours back home. And the roads around here get really disorienting in the dark for me, and it's actually very terrifying. Because the interstate doesn't really have traffic lights. Doesn't really have street lights on it, except when you're coming through city sections, and it's very mountainy around here, so it's super disorienting. I'm not gonna have enough. I don't think. I feel like we're not. So we would have to spend the night there. Tulsa's a little bit better in the respect that it's a 2-hour drive from home. And we know that way a bit better. We've not had fun times traveling around Little Rock on the interstate. We've had several incidents where people have tried to, not tried to, or they have cut us off dangerously, and it's just not an area I like to travel through. It's bad enough when we're just passing through. But if we ever get back to Florida, I definitely want to go to Tampa. Check out a few things there. I would love to go to Legoland. Love it. But, like, there's not much for, I don't believe there's much there for us to do ride-wise. I think it's mostly towards, like, you know, kids. And not the kids at heart. But, and we don't have a child to take there under the premise of going for them when it's really for us. So, shut up, Russell. But, you know, what can you do? Alright. We talked about maybe going to Disney one day, because we both went when we were very, very much younger. And we weren't impressed when we were there in our younger years. Takes a lot to impress us, apparently.
I was happy with it back in the day.
Were you?
Yeah. Back in the day, I wouldn't be now.
Yeah, no, like, I wouldn't be now at all. I was not impressed, though, when I was there, when I was little. But that might have been a lot to do with the fact that I didn't get to do anything aside from, like, Small World and some other weird-ass boat ride. And the day went so horribly, I don't really remember much of anything. Like, I don't even think I got to ride the carousel. It was August in the very early 90s. And, it was hot. I have this vague memory of wanting to get on the teacups. And the line extending out on top of black asphalt. Or maybe it was just on concrete with no shade. And the parents did not want to get on the ride, and they told me no. Like, half the stuff I think I wanted to do, I was told no. Like, I think I wanted to get on maybe the mine train thingy? And I don't know if I wasn't tall enough or I was told no, they didn't want to get on it. I'm like, why the fuck did we come if I'm not going to be able to get on anything? You guys spent all this money for me to just stand here and be upset about not getting on any rides that I wanted to ride when it was for my birthday. And only getting on the shit that you're willing to get on, which was not much. And I'm just like, why? Why are we here? What is the fucking point? But now it is so much more expensive. And the lines are crazy. Especially with them upping capacity. And it's just like, what? And now they're introducing this new, what is it? This Disney Genie Plus or some shit. Where you can basically buy certain rides to get fast pass per ride, and it's expensive. $15 per person to get on a ride. Like what? To jump the line.
In addition to paying you? Yeah, no.
Like,
I don't
talk
think,
about a money grab.
Even if we did manage to actually get to the point where I can get out there, even if that did happen, Disney is too damn expensive.
No. I don't want to go anymore. I'll live vicariously through the Disney vloggers and just sit there and marvel at where they're pulling the money out of their ass to do all this shit. Cause, yeah, no, that's too fucking expensive. That's a waste of goddamn money. No, thank you. I would rather go to SeaWorld. We had a much nicer time at SeaWorld. There was room to move around. We enjoyed the dolphin show. We enjoyed just dicking around and looking at the animals. Russell made fun of me for touching the flawn stingrays.
Okay. Now, to be fair, I had to argue how hard for you to touch the stingray.
It was terrifying.
It was not terrifying. They were harmless and cute, but I am proud of you for at least doing it. And the first thing she says upon touching a stingray for the first time is, it kind of feels like it's made of flan. And that is the tale of how it got named the flan fish, which I proceeded to bring up every chance I got.
Well, it looked jiggly like flan, and it kind of felt like how I would imagine flan would feel. I've never touched flan. But
if it was a little more solid, I'd believe you.
But it was gave me the chills. But
you touched it.
I did.
And you've held a hermit crab now.
Yes, I have held one of your hermit crabs.
I'm proud of you.
For like 5 seconds, but
you waited until it got up and started scuttling around. I'll take it as a win.
But yeah, I'd like to go seashell exploring one day, because we didn't really do any beach time when we were there last, and we didn't really have that much time.
We didn't really do anything relaxing while we were there.
No, and a lot of that was due to the dogs, because I was trying to pack in as much as I could get done, but we also had to be mindful of them being back at the hotel with your mom, and making sure your mom got out.
We could have taken the dogs to the beach.
Not all beaches allow dogs.
No, but we could have taken him to some kind of beach, or otherwise relaxed at some point during that trip. We could have.
But I was also trying to get some stuff done, because I didn't know when we were going to be getting back again. Because it had been, what, like 12 years since we had been? 13? Since we'd actually been on vacation? No, I'm just saying, I was trying to get shit done. Alright, so we need to get some more stairs cut. So we need that. I really wish people would stop beeping their horns when they go by. I'm used to people only beeping their horns when there's a problem, or they're trying to get your attention. It's just very disconcerting. Or concerning? Maybe concerning. Okay. So we need some more supplies. Alright. Some more of these thingajigs. We'll grab one more. Let's see. We'll do that, and then we'll grab that. That looks good. Okay. So we're steadily securing our villagers. Slowly but surely. We just have to make sure now that they don't like go off any edges into canyons and shit before we get that we get that settled in there. Because there's at least a good-sized canyon running through part of the property. I think our one entrance gate or entrance road. Oh, hi, what are you doing? You're outside the village walls, friend. That's not a good idea. There's scary things out here, or at least there would be if I had monsters on. Although since the town's not secure yet, there's probably scary things in the town. I guess they're just seeing what the hell I'm doing. Be careful out here, friend. They're like, this is what you eminent domained our house for? There we go. That one was being a bit stubborn. Alright. Let's put our next set of trim in. But we need to go down a level. I mean, I guess that really doesn't make a difference if we're using bamboo or not. Bamboo would probably just be faster. Like the actual in-game scaffolding. That should be good. Alright, so let's take this section out this way. So I really hope that we can get the needle felting stuff for Christmas one way or another, because I am super excited to try it. I've got so many ideas for it. So many ideas. And I'm so excited about it. I've been wanting to do it for over a year now. Hopefully we can do something with it. Damn it. Again with the falling. Okay. It's not even really so much that I fell, it's the fact that I have to get back up here to take this down. Just like, dang it to hell. And this dude, wandering around my feet. For some reason is making me extremely nervous. Why are you over here, dude? Are you the building inspector? That'd be funny as shit. Is the wall meeting your standard? I know it's taking us some time. Yes, we have to go do the other side now. If you'd like to come and be in the way over here. I'm sure that can be arranged. It's bad enough the golems are side-eyeing me. Making me rather uncomfortable. probably like, why is this Dorite? Who uses Dorite? If I'm even pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. It's probably diorite. I don't have any on me. Check the spelling. Because I like to add letters to words. Like, no, this is how it's spelled. And then I actually see it spelled out and I'm like, why am I putting that letter in there when I pronounce it? That letter doesn't exist. One of the many facets of my brain that likes to not participate in things properly. Nope. No! Oh my god, why are you so difficult? There we go. Balls. Actually, I guess we should say squares. There's no roundness here. Is that gonna be our new bad Minecraft word? Squares! Or I guess it would have to be cubes? I don't know. Could go cubes. We're just falling off like crazy now. Right, so not cubes. That sounds a little too much like other words anyway. Other inappropriate words. I don't know if it's really inappropriate, but squares it is. Maybe there. Okay. Put our next set of scaffolding up. Okay. Villagers. Can't tell if it's a thunderstorm moving in or if it's getting to be nighttime. But you may want to move these activities indoors. Just saying. I really should be holding my crouch key while I'm doing this. But sometimes sticky keys gets mad. Which is why I tend not to use it that often. Even though I've tried turning off sticky keys, it keeps reapplying. Okay. For a second there, I thought that was all of the steps we had left. It's gonna be like, really? We lost all of the other steps to the greatness below. Well, at least if we fall from here, it won't be so bad. I can't wait to put in a different farm. Because I had to put in a secondary pumpkin farm. I had to move that over near our trees. And the golems keep stepping on the either the golems or the villagers. They keep stepping on the stems for the pumpkins, and they keep effing destroying my pumpkin farm. But it's a good thing we've got all of these pumpkin seeds everywhere. Because we need them desperately with the way they keep destroying everything. Ah, yes, the sun is setting. Everyone has vanished. I think everyone's vanished. I don't see anyone out here. Really? We've only added that little bit? Alright. Mr. Golem, I advise you to get back into the city. You're not going to like it out here, friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, bad neck day. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what made you build a sand city? I've done it before, but never in a venue or setting where other people were really able to see it, where I could keep it. The couple of times I've well, no, that's not, well, no, we did that on the server. I think that was a server. Yeah. We had tried, we'd had Minecraft server for a while, when we could afford to do so, with, a few of our, WoW guildies. And, because they all played Minecraft too. And I was building one there, and I had gotten pretty far on it, and, we couldn't afford to keep the server going. And, so we had to let it lapse for a few months, and then we got the money to bring it back up for another month or two. And in that time, they had put out some kind of new update for Minecraft, and we had to cut off the chunk that we had all built in and save it, I think, and add it to a new world so that we could access the new stuff, because we had a lot of people that liked to just explore all over the map, and the new stuff was only gonna filter into sections that had not been explored yet. And then I think we weren't able to keep that server going, and I ended up losing the files saves. And then I tried to build one on a public server, and that was a whole huge ass fiasco, because I'd put a couple of special blocks that I bought from one of the shops, not with real money, but like traded for them. And somebody came in and ripped those blocks out of a section that I had not yet claimed. But I didn't think anybody would steal those, so I was like, really? But it wasn't really stealing since I didn't have that section claimed yet, but they destroyed a lot of what I had done. I mean, it was plain to see I was still working on it, and I'm just like, wow, you're special. I never did well, I had gotten a good amount of the city built. I think I'd gotten 1/3 to 2/3 of it done, and somebody came in, or no, the kids were driving me crazy on the server, and it was just nonstop chatter, and the chat was flying by so fast it was actually giving me a headache at one point. You could turn the chat off, but then you couldn't type any commands for things that you were trying to do. And then you had to keep turning chat back on in order to do what you wanted to do. And then I kept getting hit with their conversations again, and it was just people trying to force teleport me to them, and there had been some problems with people trapping others, and this one person that was annoying me, I had built an observation tower, and they're like, you trapped me. I'm like, no, I didn't. You were still more than able to teleport out. Maybe if you had stopped giving me a hard time. And I just stopped going, and then they reset the server on a update, so I'm pretty sure I lost all of my shit anyway, because they were talking about sending that all to Legacy, and I just really wanted to actually finish what I had started. So I finally got around to doing it on my own. I had actually tried to recreate it on a friend's server, but then that friend's friends, the friend of the friends, were also playing on there, and they got a little weird where I was building legitly and had quite a thing going, and I'd put in a subway system to connect with like the main area where everybody else was building and stuff, and I don't know, I think they took it as a personal challenge to try to one-up me, and they went into creative mode and were just pulling all kinds of shit out their ass, even though it was supposed to be a legit server, I thought. And I'm just like, why? And then I kind of lost my will to play for a while just because they kind of pissed me off. But I'm trying to recreate it. It's not gonna look the same, but I'm trying to sort of rebuild it. Like, my colors were different. I was using the glazed orange terracotta, which was more of like a teal and white, an orange kind of deal, but yeah, and I'm just like, why are you guys? And then they were like building in the middle of the air, and then it dissolved from trying to outdo me to them trying to outdo each other and just kind of making a mess of things. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, but you also went into creative mode and had all of those blocks at your disposal. I did this legit farming every single block. So, I mean, yeah, it's cool looking, but like, I don't understand what your point is, really. Like, okay. And I just got sick of dealing with his friends, so I'm like, sorry. Can't do it anymore. And sometimes it's hard for me to play when I don't have anyone to show what I'm doing. And the husband hasn't really been wanting to play. I think the one day he was helping me locate a desert was just because he was fucking bored. He saved some chords for some things that he thought were interesting in case he does decide to, but... And I get it, it's not for everybody. Well, one of the things I would love to do, because I was a Lego kid, growing up, I would love to set up a Lego town with the train. I always wanted the Lego train sets. Never was able to get them because Legos were too expensive. So it was very rare that I was able to snag a Lego set. I'd had a few, but the stuff I wanted was super expensive, so I was lucky if I scored like an $80 set for Christmas. Like, that was a big deal. And looking at stuff on their website now, it's like, send you into financial panic attacks, and you're looking at how much that shit costs nowadays. But either that, or I'd love to have like a Christmas village set up, or like a Lego train under a Christmas tree. I had a very large train that I ended up getting somehow, that used to be one of my grandparents' And, oh, I loved playing with that thing. It had, like, the liquid smoke that you put in the smokestack. I just didn't have anywhere solid to set it up, so I could only play with it for a couple of hours and then had to pull it down. And I think we ended up getting rid of that at some point during one of our moves, and I was so upset. I mean, it was kind of clunky. It was a very large scale train. But I still loved that thing. I have a vague memory of it sparking as it was going over the track. The track was set up on the carpeting. It might have been more like static sparking, because our rugs were very static electricity inducing. My hair was always poofed out when I walked across the rugs. And we didn't have any surface to do it or to set it up on that didn't have carpeting on it. So it was Sad Panda Day when we had to get rid of it. Excuse me. Alright, so that's set up there. Alright. Oh my goodness, we're almost done this first quarter section. Quarter, not corner. We're getting to the first corner. First corner's down there. Probably won't do that today. And I'm only working on this building wise with you guys right now, unless there's something that I think is just too tedious to bother subjecting you to, like smelting the sandstone or demolition. That stuff I try to do on my own because that's tedious. Excuse me. And I know it's tedious, so let me drop off that stuff. I can give you an update. So we're there. Stop playing with the cactuses, guys. So we're right there. Our first corner on the wall is right here. Right? Don't mind my markers and measuring stuff. We'll get that cleaned up. I did push this section of sand back a little bit further because I just kind of felt like it was too close. I still kind of feel like this is too close, but I mean, all of that will eventually be gone, but I had to tunnel through here so that we had room to work on putting the wall up. But I might take that back further. I might make it a little more random. Maybe get the sandstone out of there and just replace it with sand. I've been making sure that okay, it had to be the rabbit. I was like, why did it sound like there was a villager right next to me? That was bizarre. So I might clean up that section a little. But I've been replacing all the sand on the outside and the inside of where we dug through. Just to, pretty it up a bit so it's not quite so much of a hot mess. There's another small workstation I've got going there. More just storage boxes to drop stuff into. That's a distance marker that I had put in because I was having trouble remembering my counts. Because at this point I had to remember my counts so that I could put the next entrance gate set up in. Which is going to be over here. So we're going to have 4 entrance gates so that, in theory, I haven't actually put the road in. So I don't know, but in theory, it should be that all of the entrance gates will line up to each other so that the roads all meet in a central plaza area or around where we might put the central keep. We might ring it out and do that. But there's our wandering trader where I left him. I have to get through this section to, and this section's really solid. It's solid stone. Solid stone and sandstone. Where are you going? I don't know where you're going, but that's not gonna get you very far. This has been a bit of a bitch to dig through right now. But from the air... this is the one section of... No, this is the edge for where we're digging through. You know what? Fuck it. Let's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm always yawning. I am always tired. Like, always tired. I'm always fucking exhausted. Let's go open to land. Let's allow cheats for right now. Oh, what the hell is it? Game mode. Creative. And alright, so let's get a aerial visual. So this first line right here where the trader is walking through down there, that blue spot, that's the section I need to clear out to give us space to work. That's gonna be outside the wall. This all is gonna be inside the wall. Oh my. Wow, look at that section. It's just kind of floating up there. So, I have not taken a look at this from the sky yet, and I probably should have. I probably would have laid things out a little bit differently. But that's neither here nor there at this point. So this is the outer wall here, that cobblestone down there where that torch is. And it actually cuts through this next section. You can't see it because the ground is covering it. Like I said, I didn't realize that I was going to be cutting through the forest until we started that, but that's okay. We can like put some of our farms and shit back here, so that the animals have grass to graze on. And then it's gonna come down here. And I did finally get everything to line up. Don't pay attention to the inner cobblestone. We're just looking at the outer cobblestone. The inner cobblestone got fucked up because I miscounted. There's a lot of water here. There's some more animals back this way. There's another workstation I had set up. There's holes everywhere. Look, there's another shaft or something. There's like just a waterfall. Like, what the hell is this? Oh, and there's lava. Oh, great. So that just goes down into darkness. I've never seen a map with so many canyons and holes in it. It's crazy. But we definitely have a lot of demo to go. And then we've got this canyon running through the back side of the city. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? I haven't figured out how to handle that yet because the wall is gonna go right through it. So I'm like, well, shit. It's more of one of those things I'll figure it out when we get there kind of deals. And then we turn back here. And then we have this section. There's another canyon. And I'm just like, wow, that's a lot of canyon. And that's not even all of the canyon. There's much more canyon running through here. And I don't know if it's all the same one or not. I feel like they're different. That's going down into something there. Don't know what. And then we are gonna keep on going through here. I ran out of signs, so I just started dropping torches. And that's gonna come up to here. There's another. Is that just a hole, or is that? Alright, that's nothing. That's fine. Let me come up to the far corner here. And then we swing back around. There's lava down in there that I've been using to smelt stuff. The other lava area I finished off. So, and then there's our gate where we started and our road coming in from outside there. Now, there's gonna be a lot of demo. So we've got this river cutting off that way. We're gonna have quite a few bridges put in. There's another. Is this another hole? I don't know how deep that one goes, but there is something down there. What is this? Oh, this is lava, because there's the village. And in fact, where we have the one entrance gate, like, look at this. This is crazy. So, like, the one entrance gate's, like, over there. So, we have this canyon running through. Okay, it doesn't run that far. Alright, so that's a small blessing. It is holding back this water, though. That's fascinating. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have a long ways to go. What the heck's down here? There's some more of that lichen. Seems to be glowing. Oh my goodness. So the twists and turns in here is just crazy. We're gonna end up getting lost. More than likely. What's this glow? Is this a lava glow? I don't know. Oh, it might be that more that lichen stuff. Or it's just enough to make you think that you plopped a torch down that way, but it doesn't feel like it's enough to, Oh, look at all that gravel up there. Oh my. But it's, like, not enough to keep the monsters at bay. But, yeah, we'll have no trouble filling it. And now it'll actually have some life to it, because we'll have villagers for it. So that makes me all sorts of happy. So there is a reason why I'm so hellbent on enclosing these villagers. So that way we can have people actually living in the houses that I'm going to build. But we definitely need to make sure they're safe. So we need to put up the walls. And eventually I will probably put gates across the city entrances to keep the raiders from coming in. And hopefully once we have the city actually enclosed with the wall system, if we put up enough torches, hopefully they won't spawn in the city. We'll have to see, and if because I did want to put monsters back on at some point, because I know a lot of people just watch this to see people get blown up by creepers, but we'll see. We still have our llamas. They haven't vanished on us, so that's fantastic. We've got them decked out in the cyan color of the city. And our sheep are still sheeping. And my golems are still destroying my pumpkin farm. Do you know how long it takes to grow these? Could you not? Could you just not? You're such a dick. But yeah, we have to put in the food farms and in the animal farms, and we'll probably do a lot of that in the back section of the city, where there's actually grass and stuff growing. We'll see. We will see. And then, you know, we have all these weird ass caves that just kind of show up that we have to figure out what to do with. I mean, we could potentially make them quote unquote sewers after we get everything that's gonna fall to fall. And then, you know, put trapdoors to access mines and stuff. But there's a plan. A vague plan. And, you know, we've got plenty of water, so we'll have to put some docks in for fishing and stuff, so. Alright, let me get back on the ground. Game mode. Survival. Sorry, I can't help it. I haven't had anything to eat yet today either, and I haven't had a very large amount of caffeine yet, so. Alright, we're still in peaceful. Good. Just wanted to make sure that that didn't reset. I've not had much caffeine at all today. Alright. Because we got started a little late this afternoon. I slept a little late by accident. And, the body was tired. You know, there's just no other reasons for it. I was tired. This having to stay up until 3 a.m. is killing me. Because for a while I'd been going to bed around 1 or 2. And that was working a bit better for me. But last night I also had to investigate some stuff for WoW last minute because people kept tagging us on Twitter. And the first tag about it I saw in the afternoon, I was just kind of like, meh. I don't know why we're being tagged on this. Because why it looked like we were being tagged, had nothing to do with us, and I'm just like, okay, that's nice, to be perfectly honest, and I just kind of shrugged it off, and I'm like, alright, I don't know what people are talking about, so that's fine, whatever, but then we kept getting tagged, and tagged, and tagged, and tagged, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I had to start digging deeper to try to find explanations for people and make sure that Lita knew what was going on, and Lita hasn't gotten back to me, so I don't think she's had the chance to look into it. Her work weeks are very exhausting and very busy, and by the time she gets home from work, because she's still not used to her new work schedule, she's done. She just wants to eat and pretty much go to bed. She's tired. So we're still trying to get more information about it. There wasn't a whole lot of information about it out there, but I personally don't think it's anything to get that excited about. I mean, maybe for the possibility in the future, but I don't understand what this season of Mastery is all about for Classic. To be perfectly honest, I kind of started tuning everything out about Classic when we couldn't get our tracker ability set up for it. So I was just kind of like, meh, alright, whatever. So I kind of tuned out everything with Classic after we had talked to the hardcore people about changing what they were calling Iron Man to the name Hardcore because it wasn't Iron Man and people were getting confused and thinking that what they were doing was actually Iron Man, and Stone was like, no, this isn't Iron Man. This is Iron Man. And we've been taking care of the original Iron Man since the other dude vanished or walked away from it or what have you. Damn it. Every time. From what I understand, this Season of Masteries, or Season of Mastery, singular, it kind of feels like the seasons for Diablo, D3, for those that have played it. It kind of has that sort of feeling to it. Doesn't seem to work the same, but it sort of has that same sort of feeling where you have X amount of time to get X amount of shit done in certain ways, and I don't know if there's going to be rewards for doing stuff certain ways or not. I don't know. There's a lot of unknown about this. There's a lot of questions still. Is faster leveling and more challenging bosses. Faster leveling. Alright, well, that's silly. I know a lot of people were... See, okay, this is what pisses me off. And I know a lot of people are gonna think I'm being a little bitch. But here's the thing. Classic was all about slower leveling. That's how it was. In Classic and BC, it took forever to level. You could be level effing 25 for months. That's just the way it was. That was part of it. That was what it was about. And now it seems like they're suddenly doing all of the things to make it not very classic-y. Oh, let's add in faster leveling options. Go play retail. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, and that's fine. We can just disagree. But I feel like I mean, like, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it doesn't feel like Classic when they start doing this shit and then talk of adding in group finders and dungeon finders. No, you sat and trade for 6 hours trying to find people to run with you. Now, is it a thing of where not that many people are playing and they're trying to pull in more people? Well, then maybe maybe the novelty of it was what people wanted, but it's not going to last very long. So maybe put the pin in it then. But I don't know. It feels like they're trying to turn it back into retail, and that's not what it was supposed to be. But this new thing that they added, where you talk to an NPC, and it puts this Soul of the Iron statless buff on you. Okay? We have to find out more information. Because right now, if you actually research it, from what Wowhead has been able to find out, it looks like it's just tracking whether you've died. And that's it. And if you die, it looks like it's taking your Soul of the Iron buff away and putting a death buff or death debuff on you that reduces your stats for a certain amount of time. From what we understood from trying to look into it further last night when the husband was helping me, it looks like it's possible to remove the death debuff, but you won't be able to get the Soul of the Iron buff back on that character. However, it looks like it's only tracking the death. It doesn't look like it's tracking the gear. Which is a big thing about WoW challenges with tracking the gear and the potions and all of the other stuff. So while it's definitely interesting, I don't know how much that really means for us. Because upon reading further, it looks like this was really put in place for the quote-unquote hardcore challenge community. We are not part of the hardcore challenge community because they do things a little more willy-nilly. Compared to how WoW Challenges does their stuff. Where their big thing is if you die, you're done. A lot of them, I mean, there are some variations where you can, like, check off doing it in certain gear types only. But, I think they're just, you know, they're using video verification for tracking this stuff, and we like to be able to track it without sitting there watching 20 hours of video, because nobody got time for that shit. I'm not sitting there watching umpteen hours of video, I can tell you that right now, I'm not. Someone would have to pay me, and everything that we do right now is volunteer. I can't put that kind of time in and not get paid, I'm sorry. God damn it, step. But if it's just tracking the death, I don't know what that means, if anything, for us. Lita might just kind of be like, okay. But also, these seasons end. Like Diablo. The season will end at some point. And in Diablo 3, I think you have the option of converting that character to a normal character. I don't know if you're going to get that option with the Seasons of Mastery stuff, because it's going to be on specific servers, it sounds like. So, I don't know. There's still a lot unknown about this. Is it interesting? Yeah. Does it mean something for us? I don't know. We're looking into it. Lita knows about it. I was trying to dig in some information. I haven't had the time to make a character over there on their PTR to see more about what it's going to entail. But it really only looks like it's tracking the death and not the gear. And the fact that it's not tracking the other stuff, I don't know if it's worth getting too excited over yet. Interesting for sure. But let's wait and get some more information before we get too excited. Yeah, it's on the PTR. Hardcore is, you can use normal gear, but yeah, so I mean, seems a lot of the peeps found original classic was too easy. The buff is just a track if you die. Yeah, it's just for the hardcore people. Like, I understand that everybody got excited about it. And everybody was like, oh my god, look, we're not the hardcore group, though. You gotta remember that. We're not. They were something different and calling it Iron Man when they weren't. I mean, the one dude was on stream buying, like, blues and purples that he could afford off Auction House and putting them on and calling it Iron Man. It's not Iron Man. The only Iron Man thing about it was the not dying. So, I mean, that's cool that they were doing something, you know, something on their own, and to each their own, but that's not what we were doing, and I don't know if this really helps us or means all that much to us. Yes, it's a step in the right direction, but that might be as far as it gets from Blizzard. I don't know. It could be a start, but it's also a lot simpler to just track a death than the amount of stuff that we track. So I'm just saying, let's give us a chance to look into it further. You know, it's definitely interesting, and I'm not trying to be a wet blanket about it, but I'm also trying to be realistic about it and trying to pick it apart and understand what it's about. And right now, it doesn't really look like, with the information that's available at the moment, it doesn't really look like it's gonna mean much for us. We'll have to see what Lita thinks. It doesn't change the fact that we don't have a tracker yet for it. and we're trying to get other fires put out and dealt with. But it's definitely interesting. Hopefully she'll have a chance to look into it further. I'll have a chance to get into there. Maybe tonight. We'll see. We'll see how my hand's doing. And we'll see what kind of time I have tonight to... I did get the classic PTR installed. I'll see if I can dig a little bit further into it. It also depends on if that particular PTR server is up as well. And we definitely appreciate the heads up from people. I just don't know if this is something to... we're certainly not going to put all our eggs in this basket right now. But we'll see what happens. And what I have time to investigate. But if it's just the death tracker, I don't... I mean, awesome for the hardcore community. And the hardcore community has... they're a much different animal than we are. Much different. We're a bit stricter and restrictive on what you can and can't do, I believe. We'll see. And I know that's not an answer a lot of people like, and I know a lot of people want an answer right now and they want some kind of reaction from us, but right now, the only reaction you're gonna get from us at this very moment is awesome for the hardcore guys and gals. We need more information. And there isn't a whole lot of it at the moment. So we'll have to see. Someone mentioned it on Periton's stream and said it's just for the hardcore. Yeah, it, like last night, the further the husband and I were reading and digging into it, it really just looks like it's for the hardcore people. And I don't know how Lita's going to feel about it. But we're not even accepting video video logs to try to verify classic runs. Because like I said, they have volunteers willing to sit through that. Some of them do. Y'all, I do have a life outside of WoW. I know it doesn't seem like I do, but I do. And that life is going to get a lot more stressful and chaotic in the coming months. So I don't have time for that. I'm at my limit of time that I can do stuff for Lita. Unpaid. And there's no money to pay me. So, sorry, but y'all are getting all you're getting from me at this point. It's just the way it is. Especially with my hand being shit at the moment. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I mean, it's awesome for them. I'm not going to downplay it for them. I mean, kudos. That's got to be an awesome feeling for those in that community being recognized. And I don't want to diminish anything that they've gotten. It's a big thing to get any kind of acknowledgement that your pet project exists from Blizzard. But maybe the fact that they're acknowledging the hardcore people, at least as far as Classic is concerned, maybe that's hopeful that they'll acknowledge what we do in game a little bit more in the future. We don't know. It would be nice, but we'll have to see. So we appreciate what you do for the community. Well, I mean, I try. But, you know, we're all volunteers, and there's only so much that we can volunteer to do. And I'm sorry, I'm not volunteering to watch video to get to the 30th hour where a mistake's made. So sorry. I'm sorry. Your girl doesn't have that kind of attention span and just can't do it. It would probably take me a month to get through one person's video. But we've always been about independently verifying through the game data and not through video data. Because, you know, you also have to hope that that video was recording every single moment that character was logged into. You have to look from it, you have to look at it from the jaded outside perspective. I know it sucks, but you have to. Because not everyone, but there are some people out there that are not the most honest, I guess, is the best way I can put that. Alright. Did I grab all of the sandstone that was in there? But final thoughts, we're looking into it. Just don't get real super excited about it yet. Interesting for sure. Maybe some hopefulness for the future. As far as in-game recognition goes. But for right now, I don't know Lita's thoughts yet, but my thoughts are meh. It really just does look like it's just something for them, and that it's just a death tracker. And a way of other people seeing that they haven't died if they click on the character to inspect it, maybe. Tell ya, I don't know how I slept, but my neck is angry. Okay, we still have a few more bits of the sandstone to go. I mean, we're definitely making progress. And we're gonna have to start moving the work boxes down. That'll probably be my project this week, along with making more sandstone, is moving those boxes down a bit. And I may have to make some more buckets, unless we just leave the ovens over right by the lava. Because we're starting to, we've more than left that chunk where that's all happening. But yeah, those were just my personal thoughts. I don't know how Lita feels yet. But she is aware of it. I had personally talked to her. Well, I had left her a message earlier in the day. And then a bit later that evening, she let me know that she'd look into it when she got the chance. And then in between that message and me going to bed, we started getting tagged more, and so we'll see what she says when she has more time to look into it. In the meantime, we've got a wall to put in here. And again, sorry that we couldn't do WoW today. I tried for like almost 45 minutes to get into WoW, and the authentication server issue was still going on. Hey buddy, you want to get out of there? Because you're going to be trapped in there. It would be nice if you would leave. Can you put leads on golems in normal circumstances? Can you drag them? We may have to drag him out of there. Like, I think I've done it on public servers, but that could have been a setting that the public servers had set up. Because they also had it on the public server that I was playing on, that you could get the villagers into the minecarts by just kind of nudging them. And I don't know if that works the same here as it did on that server, or if that was something special that they had set up on the server to move villagers around. I don't know. Let's see. Did you have something planned with Tyler tonight?
Sorry, what was that here?
Did you have something planned with Tyler tonight?
No.
Well, there was murmurings of speed running something.
No, that wasn't with me. That was with Dan.
Okay. And I didn't know if I had to be done by a certain time. Alright, although we're gonna be done soon because we're out of smelted sandstone. And my neck's kind of pissed, so it's been an intense couple of days. Because plus, you know, we had the call with, we had the new, we had the consultation with the second lawyer earlier, and from my side of the conversation that I could hear, it didn't sound hopeful with the husband's reactions, but then she did say that she would, be willing to represent us, so. And it looks like we don't have to pay until things are sorted, and the only thing that we would have to pay in between is any fees that doctors may have for filling out paperwork and such, which is more than reasonable and understandable. That's fine. We'll figure that out. And we may have to set up a payment plan for her if this does get sorted, depending on if he gets anything paid retro. If not, then we will gladly set up a payment plan to pay her after the fact, because I don't think we have a credit card with a high enough limit to pay her outright. But I'm sure that they have some kind of payment system set up for that. Sir, I really don't want you in the walls, but I don't really have a way of keeping you out if I go through the trouble of dragging you out of there. But you're wandering further and further and deeper. Is this gonna... Hi, excuse me, I need to get into my stuff here. I don't know why y'all are so fascinated by my stuff. See, look at this. We're securing you guys. We're making you nice and safe. Watch, I'll come over to drag him and he'll already be halfway out. But get out of there. My goodness. Sir. Sir. Excuse me, sir. That's not the way out, sir. Oh, cool. I can put a leash on you. Fantastic. No, now we've got the villagers coming in here. Like, this is not the playground. At least they'll go home eventually. It disturbs me that we can put a leash on these guys. Like, why is this allowed? Is it because they're technically robots? Are they really robots, though? I don't know. Come on, you. Come on. I don't have anything to attach you to. I don't think. Well, can I attach you to this? I mean, I don't want you to break my lead, though. Well, that was pointless. Stay out of my walls. Hey, buddy, that's not how you get up there. You have to go around the side. I'm just saying. Y'all are being weird. Alright. So, I think we'll stop there for today. We definitely need to get some more sandstone smelted, because this is all I have on me right now. And, we could do the trim work here, but I kind of want to wait until we can get some more supplies on us, because we might have enough, but I'm not sure. In the meantime, I'll work on moving our work boxes down here a bit. Not sure what we're gonna do about the smelting stuff. I might not be able to use the lava, but god damn, that's gonna be a hell of a lot of coal, and I don't think we have that much coal. It will wipe us out of coal. So I try to use the lava where at all possible. We're gonna have to smelt some more iron to put in our next water pass through, like we did down there. And we'll probably get to putting in this corner piece. This is going to be our first corner, so we have to figure out how we want to design it and all. And I think I have a vague idea of how we're going to do it, but we have to see. I have to look at how our other pillars are set up. I don't remember. How do we have the trim set up on our entrance? I mean we're doing pretty good, considering I only work on it the time that we're together here, at least as far as the building of the wall is concerned. Let's see. I just really don't feel like going through the water. Okay. So how did we... Okay, we did put the trim on it. Okay, that's what I couldn't remember. Okay. Just the bottom doesn't have a foot. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Alright, and then we have our very simple flat bridge over here. I thought about doing a curved one, but the water wasn't that wide. And I'm thinking, well, if people are like, you know, even though they don't exist, it would be awesome if we had carts that we could like hook up to horses or mules to pull. That would be so awesome. But that would require round wheels, I suppose, or at least like octagonal wheels, and we don't have those, but it would be nice if we did. You know, you could like have people with carts and caravans coming in to sell goods in the city. So I kind of wanted that to be flat because they wouldn't be able to pull those up over a stepped bridge. But just to, you know, make it easier to get in and out. Kind of like our simple flat bridge coming into there. So yeah, that's gonna, you know what, let's cross the bridge. So tomorrow we're gonna do WoW. We'll be working on the bloodthirsty and the iron. No pacifist this week. I'm still... I want to get some work done on flying. I was trying to work on that last night and got wrapped up with having to do a quest in the mall and having to go into Torghast, and I just got so mad in there, and it took forever because I'm so behind on stuff. But I found Bane, brought him back to Oribos, and then I had to go back into the mall so that I could rescue souls, and then there was a rare that I knew I couldn't kill on my own, and I was kind of hanging about next to him, seeing if anybody else was gonna come kill him so that I could jump in on the kill party. And everybody that I did see, which was like maybe 3 people, all just kept blowing right by him. So I'm like, okay, I guess they've already killed him for now. I don't know. And turned that quest in and ended up getting like 2 renowned or something. And then I've got another quest for later tonight to get some more renown from doing some world quests. So I'm working on that slowly. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll work on leveling up our current round of bloods that we're working on. We might be dinging the mage to 60. We will see how that goes. She's got a bar left to go. And then after we get done with the bloods, we'll hop on the iron. We'll do some trick-or-treating. Even though I hate all these travel-y holidays, but it's safer XP than going into the mall for me right now. So maybe we'll actually get to 51 on her. It would be nice to have a different number to look at for her level. We'll see. And then Friday, plan is to do Franchise Friday with Planet Zoo and our Zoo Mozuzumo. Or is it Mozu? Yeah, Mozuzumo? Mozuzumo. It's Mozumo. Yeah, Mozuzumo. I can't remember how I spelled it. But yeah, and we'll be working on putting in our cassowary exhibit. There is a new episode of Flamingo Falls up on YouTube. That is our sandbox Planet Zoo build. I'm putting a lot more effort into detail and making things look pretty on that one. That one that just went up yesterday, that's finishing up the required staff buildings that I had to put in order to bring in our first animal. Right now I'm working on putting in the first animal. Surprise, it's flamingos. And I might have to let it run for a few minutes just to have the animal market refresh so I can get a few more flamingos in their exhibit, because there was only 4 up on the sandbox one. Either that or I might have to turn breeding on. I think I might have temporarily turned it off so I didn't have to deal with the animals going crazy as I was playing, but I'll fuss with that. And then Saturday we're dark. There is a WoW Challenges podcast this week. Ash is going to be on to talk about his pacifist, I believe, and so that'll be Saturday night on the WoW Challenges Twitch page, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Sunday we'll be doing some more art. We'll be finishing up the background feathers on our tissue paper art PFAL. And depending on how much time we have, we might start working on the face of our bird. So that's the plan, at least. We'll see if that actually comes to be. Of course, everything is with the asterisks of my migraine permitting. As long as I'm feeling up to streaming, we will be doing it. So I will talk to you all tomorrow, hopefully. I hope to see you guys for the WoW Challenges stream tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Good luck if you are working on any of your challengers. And until next time, have a good one.